Hi guys and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. And once again we have a great engagement here. This time actually a international game in between Poland and South Korea. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. In the upper part in the orange it is Scan from South Korea, or spawning here as the Terran. And his opponent is going to be none other than spawning here in the lower right in the teal. It is BONYTH from Poland. So like I told you guys, a very interesting PvT we have here on Destination. The map is called Destination, of course, with 2 spawning points on this map. And yeah, let's just have a look what exactly these two players have installed for us. Of course, we've seen many replays on this channel between Protoss and Terran. So we might of course expect the Terran to go into a mechanical unit composition. So no bio, no mass marines with medics and firebat heroes. Actually, most Terran opt to go for massive mechanical units, meaning siege tanks, of course, Goliaths, and very valuable vultures who place mines all over the map and very aggressively. Also could do very good drone-bys here against the Protoss just to kill as many probes as possible. Now let's just have a look at the openings up here of these gamers. A pylon and a gateway is being placed here for BONYTH, so no greedy gameplay here for him, no fast expansion gameplay here for him. Even though he could do a wall on here, but it's very risky, as the Terran could punish this, of course. A Scan opening up here very likely with a barracks, of course, as BONYTH already sending out a very early scout for him, so I think he really wants to know what exactly his opponent is up to. Apparently Scan is remembering something. The simulator is also up here for BONYTH, so this could indicate to us, of course, that he will go into cybernetics core and of course some dragoons. The probe makes its way up, sees the gas here for Scan, sees the barracks, sees the supply depot. He's trying to be of course as annoying as possible and of course stay here as long as possible, just to get as much vision as possible of his opponent. But look at that, a nice wall in here by a Scan, just blocking here this probe into his main actually. Of course the Terran can lift up his barracks here just to make his way out and in. So the probe already taking some damage. There's a fight here in between this SCV and the probe. Another SCV comes here to back up his body SCV. Probe falling more and more apart. Let's just see what Scan is building here. A factory, of course. And I'm pretty sure that many more factories will follow up here for him. Let's just have a quick look at the main from BONYTH. Of course he is transitioning into dragoons, so no zealots here for him. Just one gateway with dragoons, as the first SCV is also moving out here on the map just to see exactly what the Protoss is up to. Nice pylon being placed here by BONYTH, just denying a little bit of mining time here from Scan, so pretty good stuff here by him. He even cancels that pylon as the probe is being chased here by 2 marines on the map, so the probe should be of course taken care of, taken out. Still runs away with very low HP. One SCV might follow up here. No, it's actually being taken out by the marines, and this is what I told you guys. Terrans can just lift up here their base, their barracks, sorry, and just block here the entrance. As we see, very likely a robotics facility here for a BONYTH. So he might go into a shuttle gameplay, of course. The map allows it. There are some good drop points here on this map all over the place. He could even do a drop here with a High Templars with Psionic Storm, of course, very strong. And even Reavers, of course, very strong, as we've seen on a recent replay here on this channel. First Dragoon makes his way out, but it's not going to have vision here on the high ground, so the Marines are protected here. Let's just have a look what Scan is doing here. An expansion, of course, for him is being placed on the high ground. Of course, like I told you guys, Terrans can of course lift up this expansion and just move here into this location. No expansion yet here for BONYTH. He's upgrading his range for the dragoons. Is this a starport? No, it's a support base, so indeed he is going for a shuttle gameplay with some reavers. Like I told you guys, very good positions here to drop your reavers, but Scan is already preparing that. He's building a starport indeed, so for some rays, perhaps some Valkyries will come here to just protect this location here where the Protoss can do a drop. He also placed a nice supply depot here just to be alarmed as much as possible, as fast as possible when BONYTH decides to do a drop. Expansion is finished. Both players at a 23 miners count. Some siege tanks are already up. Siege ability, no, mine ability is being upgraded here by a scan. 2 gateways here for BONYTH. The upgrade should finish very likely for the Dragoons. And at the 5-minute mark he's already out with 1 Reaver. So this could be a very strong push, a very strong drop here by him. His probe also prepares a fast expansion here for him, as the expansion from scan is floating here into the position, and he starts doing some mining here. He's also out with a Vulture. Of course, like I told you guys, Vulture is very valuable here, placing those mines defensively here this time for scan, as scan really needs a observer here just to kill those mines. He could of course do a pull with these Dragoons, but it's very hard to execute. Instead of that, BONYTH is going to prepare a drop here. Of course, the supply depot will spot this. 1 Zealot out, scan already moving out on the map just to deny this drop, and the shuttle will take some damage from this Wraith, so the Wraith very good here, denying here this drop. Good defense by those Dragoons as well. So let's just see, BONYTH brings some reinforcements here. There's a nice Ursulon on the map here, a very good observer here for him, as she just wishes to clear this way and to move out. But then again, scan has some tanks here, so he should be very fine. In comes the observer. He sees those mines. He's going to take out his mines. The Reaver is taking a little bit of damage. Nice Scarab here for him, dealing some damage into those units. Another Scarab here. The tank is almost taken out. SCVs should be targeted. 1 tank has been taken out. Those SCVs clumped up together will take of course a lot of splash damage, but at the same time, look at that, those Dragoons have fallen. So the tanks are really doing a great job here for him. 1 tank being nicely taken out here by BONYTH. Great micro here by both players. Another tank is being taken out. This Reaver is doing so much damage here against scan. What a great value here for BONYTH. Really great Reaver gameplay here by him. In the end, some reinforcements are coming in here for BONYTH. They take out that Marine, so scan in a little bit of trouble. That Reaver still hasn't been taken out, and this expansion is in trouble. Of course, he might do another drop here just to kill so many SCVs. There's that Reaver, but finally the Reaver has been taken out by those tanks. So a hurt Reaver, but much damage has been done here by BONYTH, as scan drops to 23 workers, and he even lost some tanks here in this engagement. But at the same time, of course, BONYTH also lost that Reaver and some Dragoons, so he has to pull back a little bit and just secure his expansion here. We also see a starport out of the game, so this might indicate to us that some arbiters are going to come, or perhaps some carriers. No, it's actually a fleet beacon, so we are going into carriers. So carriers it is indeed for BONYTH here. Carriers, of course, a very strong unit, but he needs to be very careful just to hide those carriers here, so that they can't be touched by any opposition units here for him. In comes the dropship. Let's just see what the follow-up is going to be here for a scan. Of course, Goliath is going to be the option for a scan as soon as he knows that BONYTH is going into carriers, but surprisingly enough, I only see 1 factory here for a scan, as we are closing in at a 10-minute mark. So this of course should be changed, as indeed a scan is going into 2 more factories. Perhaps many more will follow, as we have another aggression here coming in for BONYTH. Where is that shuttle? There it is. Let's just see what exactly he has into the shuttle. A Reaver and 2 Zealots, so he's going straight for that mineral line. This is a nice position here for him to drop. The Reaver is going to deal of course as much splash damage as possible. The tank is there. Reaver still tries to find the target here. Wraith is there to fend off this attack. The shuttle sadly gets killed here, and BONYTH now in a little bit of trouble with that Reaver, as the Reaver will very likely fall here. But he's going to deal as much damage as possible before it falls. Of course, some Marines have fallen. A little bit of siege tank, a little bit of SCVs have fallen here. So pretty good engagement here by BONYTH, but a good defense by scan, fending this attack off. A nice hidden tank here for a scan, just defending this area here. Really nice position here by him. So, and a pretty good hold here. Also leaves his engineering bay here just to see when exactly that drop is coming in here for scan. Scan of course with this one race. This one race very valuable here for him, as he fended off so many attacks, so many drops here by BONYTH. Slowly but steadily, let's just see, did scan the base from BONYTH here. Is he knowing that carriers are coming? More and more gateways are being added here by BONYTH, but I don't see any transition into... oh, hold on, he's making 2 Goliaths, so he did of course scan this position here. Perhaps BONYTH would be a little bit wiser just to hide his fleet weakened maybe around this area, but in the end more and more scans would have gotten out, given the fact that these guys are pro. So of course this would have been scanned, and Scan would have known where the carrier fleet is. And of course he's going into Goliaths. Of course Goliaths, a very strong unit, a very strong anti-air unit. I've seen a replay when the Terran goes mass race, but given the fact that the Protoss will very likely have observers, so he's going to fend that off. So in the end, a lot of pro players are indeed opting to go for mass Goliaths as the anti-air. Let's have a look at the upgrades. Still 0-0 for him. Perhaps the Dragoons have been upgraded. No, also 0-0. So no forge yet here for BONYTH, as another Reaver is coming out on the map, but the shuttle should be added here. So the first aggressive move here by Scan, as he's going to very likely place some mines here on this position. Let's just have a look at the follow-up here. One Dragoon is being spotted here and will probably fall, but the 2 carriers are in the air. Not that many interceptors for them, so Scan needs to be careful now. 2 Marines have fallen, the third one might get taken out. The Goliath already going straight for that carrier, but the Goliath sadly is just one, and the second one now is going to be taken out. So one Goliath has fallen, some Marines have fallen. These carriers are doing a great job, but they're being chased. The race has also been killed, and look at that, he's even going straight for this dropship. So nice takeout here for BONYTH as he forces a retreat here for Scan. Scan needs of course so much more Goliaths here. He has 6 factories. Let's just have a look at the base. There's 5 gateways and some 2 starports, and at the same time BONYTH this time decides to move out, feeling pretty confident. Of course he has almost 100 supply versus 18. He's going to clear these mines and move out forward. Perhaps a shuttle should be added. Here we go, some nice splash damage here by those tanks, and at the same time one tank is being taken out. Slowly but steadily he's going to go for the second tank. So 2 tanks versus 3 Dragoons actually, but in come the Goliaths. The Goliaths of course can target those interceptors as well, so interceptors cost money here for BONYTH. Is going to take out this lone Goliath, but more Goliaths are being added here in the back. Let's just have a look what exactly is going to fall here. Another Goliath is falling. Nice position here from BONYTH, protecting those carriers with those Dragoons. Dragoons of course very good against Goliaths. More and more Goliaths are however being added here by Scan, as he might get a nice surround here on those carriers. So BONYTH needs to be careful, of course, microing those carriers. Really nice here for him. So a nice cat and mouse play here by both players, but these carriers are very valuable, so BONYTH needs to be of course very careful. It's going straight into the mineralized, so now some SCVs will fall of course. Pushing back now a little bit, taking some damage on those carriers. We need to be careful. Yes, those Goliaths are kiting back and forward just to kill as many interceptors as possible. Once again BONYTH hurting here the economy from Scan. He reacts immediately with a turret here. The second turret is in the back. Goliaths are coming back just to reinforce that defense, as BONYTH has to retreat a little bit. But at the same time, look, here we have a nice drive-by here by those vultures. Let's just have a look what exactly are they going to be doing. There are no defenses here for BONYTH sadly, and those vultures will kill so many probes here. Look at the count, it was 33, now already falling to 26, 25. So much damage here being dealt by those vultures. What a great move here by Scan, and Scan really damaging here the economy from BONYTH, even placing some mines here. Such a great move here by him. Finally some zealots are coming out on the map. The same thing tries BONYTH to do here with those carriers. But look at that, even more and more is being taken out. Here finally the Reaver is going to take care of that, but the damage has been already done. Look at that. BONYTH had only 20 workers here, 21. Finally he recovers slowly but steadily. The same did BONYTH try here against Scan just to kill as many SCVs as possible, but it wasn't really successful. Now he's trying to go for some Goliaths, but there's just so many Goliaths here for Scan. So really nice move out here by Scan with those Vultures. Look at that, completely decimating here the economy of BONYTH, and even one mine gets the connection on that Zealot. At the same time, he wishes to kill even more, but needs to be very careful here as the Goliath numbers are very high. Scan's economy is kicking in slowly but steadily. If BONYTH finds a nice position here on this latch, but it will be very hard, of course, as there are Goliaths, there are hard turrets, and good engagement here. He's going to take out a tank or two, but once again, he's actually taken out 3 tanks here, so pretty good stuff here by him. Slowly but steadily he's moving forward. Now he's going for those Goliaths. One Goliath dropping very low, but it's still alive. The tank has one tank has been already taken out. The carriers are being now targeted. Dragoons in the ground, going to stand their ground and just kill as many Goliaths as possible, but there's just way too much here for Scan. Another pickup here, another Goliath has fallen. He's going for those tanks, of course. If he kills those tanks, the Dragoons will have an easy matchup against those Goliaths, but he needs to be very careful, as perhaps a move out can be done here, as there's only one tank on the ground. So BONYTH feeling finally very confident here. One carrier sadly falls for him. Another carrier is being targeted, so also many interceptors are being targeted, so really good defense here by Scan. But also many tanks have been taken out here for him. Another move out here with those carriers. He's going to try, of course, to kill as many SCVs as possible. BONYTH slowly but steadily recovered here with his economy. He's at 32 workers. He even expanded at this location. This location is nicely defended by those pylons, and once again we start the cat and mouse game here. So let's just see who is going to come out as a victor here. Who's going to have the advantage. BONYTH needs to be careful with those carriers are taking so much damage here from those Goliaths. Goliaths, however, need to be microed back as the Dragoons are now attacking them, and even the carriers. So now the interceptors are being attacked here by those Goliaths. So really good stuff here by both players, but a nice defense here by Scan. Only 2 tanks in the back, but let's just have a look at the upgrades here. 2 upgrades here for them, 0 to 2 for the tanks. Some Archons are now being added, so no Psionic Storm yet here for BONYTH is going straight into Archons. Archons, of course, with their splash damage, very good against those Goliaths. Weaver could, of course, also being added. He could add a shuttle here, but I guess he's just waiting just to see what exactly he's going to be doing. 4 carriers here, it's just 4 of them. Look at how many Goliaths are there. 1 carrier is being taken out. Of course, the second one might fall as well. So this is what I told you guys. This is how strong the Goliath is. If they're microing well, if you micro him well, you can kill those carriers very fast, especially given the fact that those Goliaths are also upgraded. And they still Scan still tries to come in here and just kill this expansion, but of course some carriers will take care of that as things finally are calming down a little bit. Scan, however, feeling very confident after killing those 2 carriers here with his Goliaths. Perhaps he's even going to do a move out here. He does have only 3 tanks, but that's okay, as he has so much anti-air versus the carriers here. 1 Archon is being left at home to defend. Perhaps there will be a dropship harassment here by Scan, so given the fact that BONYTH leaves this Archon in the back, he really feels like that, so more and more reinforcements are coming now out here for BONYTH. As he clears those mines, so he might try another attack now against Scan. Scan in a very defensive position here. Just leaves his Goliaths with his tanks together, some tanks here. And I believe more and more is going to be produced, of course, by Scan. He's even adding some more and more tanks. So a tank with Goliath composition here by him. Scan, of course, has this expansion as well and protects it here with many turrets. Another drive-by here by Scan. Really great stuff here by him, as those Vultures can deal, of course, once again so much economic damage again against BONYTH. So BONYTH once again in some serious trouble. Those carriers are coming back home. just to defend, but look at that, once again 10 probes have been killed. So this just shows to us how valuable vultures are in this game, how fast they are and how good they are. They don't even need to place mines, they just go straight for the mineral line here and just take out as many probes as possible. In come the Archons this time here for BONYTH. If he finds a good position for those Archons, they can deal massive splash damage. But look at this army composition out of scan, so strong. Mix up here with tanks and Goliaths, really good counter. Once again we have a dropship here with those vultures, so more and more mining time has been denied here. Needs to be careful, however, with that dropship. The dropship might get taken out, it's so close. Yes, indeed, it's being taken out, so BONYTH doing a great job here defending this location. Once again he's going to regroup, of course. Scan still holds this ground. This is how many Terrans are doing. They just wait, they just hold that ground and just wait for the Protoss to react, to come towards them, as they will very likely hold the position. Some zealots are being added here in this army composition. Let's just have a look at the upgrades. 0 upgrades sadly here for BONYTH. This could be a problem given the fact that the tanks are already 0 to 3 upgraded, so this could be a little bit of course a huge advantage here from scan. And here we go, here we have another engagement here. Those Goliaths once again straight, very strong. Some zealots are in the front, some Archons are trying to do some splash damage here, but the Goliaths go straight for those interceptors. Those interceptors are being melted here. Some tanks have been taken out by the Dragoons, but also 2 Dragoons have been taken out, so BONYTH is trying to go straight for this expansion. He's not having that many interceptors here for him. He needs to be very careful. He's being cornered now by scan. Archon not doing anything. Those tanks are already dealing damage to that Dragoon. Finally the Archon comes here through. It's going to deal massive splash damage against these SCVs. So pretty good stuff here by BONYTH, finally finding a good connection here. However, his carriers are a little bit exposed. They don't have that many interceptors left. This Archon very valuable. Already on 10 kills, so really good stuff by him. But at the same time, look at this. Another drop has happened here. And even another drop here. So scan really doing great stuff here against BONYTH. Economic wise, both players are damaging themselves really strong. BONYTH once again has to regroup. He's not having that many units. Sadly, those siege tanks have killed. And look at the hurt Dragoon here. He has to regroup. He has to pull back. Carriers are also pulling back here. Once finally this one carrier has taken care of this army composition, and another drop here. So how many? He only has 13 probes left. So Scan doing a great job here with his dropship gameplay, really hurting BONYTH here. BONYTH very low on probes. Only this base is really mining here for him. This base only with 3 probes, this base with only 1 probe. And of course Scan did lose many SCVs here. This has been already mined out. So actually Scan, there could be a follow-up here. Let's just have a look. Another probe is being killed. Now given the fact if BONYTH could somehow recover here economically, he would be in an advantage. So it's time for Scan to make his move. He moves out with a very strong army composition once again. He's going straight for this carrier. The one carrier has been taken out, the second one also already very hurt. And siege tanks don't even have to be sieged up, as Scan is clearing this position here. Very strong move out here by him. In the end, I think that the dropship gameplay has won him the game. He did hurt BONYTH so much. Sadly for BONYTH, there wasn't no defenses here for him, so he did lose those around 20 probes. And with that, Scan, of course, just waiting patiently here on this position with these Dragoons, with his Goliaths, sorry, with his tanks. And that, yeah, like I told you guys, the dropship gameplay winning here this game for Scan. If it wasn't for the dropships, I'm sure that BONYTH would have had a great game, perhaps even winning it, but sadly for him, he got crippled very strong here by Scan. So a great game here by both players. I hope you guys enjoyed. I see you guys in the next game. This is Tommy signing out.